to say I really appreciate that. It was a tough day. God, I miss OJ so much already. I really do. As most of you probably know, the big story was that OJ Simpson went to hell today. He arrived at 6:04 this morning. Turns out not much different than Florida. It's rare that a celebrity as famous as OJ was doesn't get an outpouring of love after news of his death, but it makes sense. OJ, this is from his old friend, his former very good friend, Caitlyn Jenner, tweeted, "Good riddance, OJ Simpson." Bruce Jenner loved OJ. Caitlyn, not a fan. Very tough week for LA. First, we lost the 99-cent store, and now this. It's, hey, we have a special tribute to the Juice and all the madness that surrounded him in just a bit. But first, we go to Washington, where the mood was celebratory. The Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida, was in town. They had a state dinner. I don't know, this prime minister, I had no idea, at one time lived in New York. He lived here when he was a child, and he reminisced about that time in his life today before a joint session of Congress.
I remember things that were strange and funny to a little Japanese boy, like watching the Flintstones. I still miss that show. Although I could never translate yabba-dabba-doo.
You know what? What a delightful man. Who would have guessed the only leader who could finally bring both sides together would be from Japan? You know, things are not looking good for yabba-dabba doofus Donald Trump. The porn star hush money trial starts Monday. All his many last-minute efforts to delay it have failed. His only move left is to have sex with everyone in the court and pay them $130,000 to get their mouth shut. Trump lost 3 appeals in the last 3 days. He does this in every trial to gum up the mechanism. He keeps challenging, and it works. All his trials are behind schedule, and most now won't likely happen until after the election, if at all, which, I don't know, seems like quite a lot of due process for a witch hunt to me. It's like, we can't burn this witch yet. Her attorneys are saying the water we used to see if she floats wasn't distilled. But you know what they say, if at first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, or 10th you don't succeed, cry again.
At what point are the actions of a sitting president using lawfare and weaponization against his opponent for purposes of election interference considered illegal? I believe, as do various highly respected legal scholars, that crooked Joe Biden has long since crossed over that very sacred threshold. He is a criminal. He is a horrible president. He can't put 2 sentences together. He can't do anything. So they weaponize government, and they take me to court on bull.
Right. Biden simultaneously can't do anything and is a ruthlessly calculating criminal mastermind. It makes total sense. And by the end of the week, he'll be saying Joe Biden's the one who had sex with Stormy Daniels, not him. At Mar-a-Lago tomorrow, Donald Trump and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson will hold a joint press conference on election integrity. And that's not a joke. Tomorrow, Trump and Mike Johnson really are holding a press conference to talk about election integrity. I just told you it's not a joke. Okay. Never mind. Trump has to make his speech about integrity tomorrow because starting Monday, he'll be in court for cheating on his wife with a porn star shortly after Melania gave birth to their son. So time was of the essence here. And Trump and Johnson, they are quite a pair. They don't just act like a ventriloquist and his dummy. They look like one, too. Is Trump tickling his belly? What's happening there? Now, this comes at a moment when Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is Trump's second biggest fan after himself, is actively threatening Mike Johnson. And Johnson's hoping if he starts hanging out with Trump more, she'll stop taking his lunch money. But meanwhile, Donald may be getting some help from his former rival, Meatball Ron DeSantis. Has reportedly started telling donors he intends to fundraise for Trump, which should be easy given his natural magnetism and charm. But Ron DeSantis, as you know, spent the better part of the year trashing Trump. Now he wants to raise money for him. And there's actually a very good reason why. He's a little bitch. He's, it's another chicken. with his backbone removed. They call it spack-cocking, I believe. Speaking of the spineless, Trump's occasional concubine Ted Cruz is having a tough week. A watchdog group named the Campaign Legal Center filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission saying that the company that produces Cruz's podcast has been funneling money to his super PAC, which would be a violation of campaign finance law. You can't, like, sell advertising and give that money to yourself. Ted's super PAC is called Truth and Courage, which is rich coming from the guy who fled to Cancun during a snowstorm and blamed it on his daughter. His campaign claims no laws have been broken because Ted does the podcast as a volunteer. They say he appears on the show 3 times a week for free, the same way his face appears in our nightmares. But that's a very loopy loophole, and the watchdog group that filed the complaint, this is interesting, is led by the same watchdog Ted abandoned in the storm. Snowflakes. Bite 'em, snowflake. In Arizona, I'm sure you heard the state Supreme Court decided it was okay to enforce a law from 1864 that bans abortion. Yesterday, Republican lawmakers in Arizona refused to repeal that law. And if you're wondering what kind of people would do something like this is incredible. This happened right before the ruling. A Republican state senator named Anthony Kern had a group of anti-abortion extremists on the floor, and I mean on the floor of the Senate chamber, praying in tongues together.
Let it be so, Lord God. Let it be so. Let it be so.
Lord, right now we just release the presence of the Lord in the Senate chamber. We just release the hovering glory of God Almighty in the Senate chamber.
And guess what? It worked. These are the people taking over your womb right there, drooling on the carpet in Arizona. President Biden condemned the decision. He said he wasn't in favor of this law when they passed it back in 1864, and he's not a fan of it now. But the Biden campaign, they're on a very different page. Yesterday, they launched a new program to engage voters in the LGBTQ plus community. It's called Out for Biden-Harris, which is a clunky title, but definitely better than their original slogan, which was I'm a Jomosexual. But Team Biden sees an opportunity here, and they're going all in.
What's up, bitches? It's me, Joe Biden, and I'm excited to announce the launch of Out for Biden-Harris, a new campaign all about you LGBT cuties out there. Listen, I may be straighter than a bamboo fishing rod, but I'm the most gay-friendly president in history. My dear mother always used to say, you can't spell Biden without bi, and that's the T. If Trump wins this November, democracy as we know it will sashay away. That's why I'm asking you to vote for me. Remember when I accidentally forced Obama to support you people before he was ready? B.O. was P.O.'d. I got my bottom reamed, and not in a good way. So, whether you're a teddy bear, a twinkle little star, or an indigo girl, no matter if you're a she, her, a they, them, a zaddy, or a parade gay, I love you. And I want to sneak up behind you and give you a shoulder rub, no matter who you are, or if you want it. So please, vote Yas Queen for me, Joe Biden. I'll make sure the White House stays the down boots, hunty. I may be cis, but I've got your back, sis. I'm Joe Biden, and I ate that up and left no crumbs. What the hell did I just say?
I don't know either, I think. You said it well. All right, back to OJ. You know, before there was Donald Trump, before there was DJ, we had OJ. It's hard to explain to people of a certain age how big this OJ story was. It was everything. It changed the way news was covered. There was a constant OJ, nonstop on every channel, and we made the most of that with our old pal Jake Byrd, who was very supportive of OJ and Michael Jackson and Paris Hilton. Anytime a celebrity got arrested, Jake was there to protest. And so way back when, we sent Jake to OJ's arraignment in Nevada. You know, OJ committed a number of crimes trying to steal back his own memorabilia in Las Vegas. So we sent Jake Byrd, who not only did he cover the story, he became a part of the story. Let's set the clock back now to 2007. Enjoy Jake Byrd at the OJ trial.
You ready? You ready? Jake Byrd here, live in Las Vegas. You know, they called the OJ Simpson trial the trial of the century. Now it's a painting on a diner across from the new OJ Simpson trial. And look, there's dead Johnny Cochran with his hand on a chicken. Let's go to court. Come on. Come on. You can't catch me.
I've been following this the whole time.
We're here to support
really
OJ. We know OJ is innocent. He's being railroaded by a biased legal system that keeps African Americans like us down. Thank you.
What?
It doesn't matter if OJ broke into a room and committed armed robbery or kidnapping with a deadly weapon. The point is he should be able to get away with this because he's gotten away with stuff that's way worse.
Well, I mean, but...
Way worse. People get on OJ's case, and what, you've never made any mistakes? I mean, look at those pants. Where are you from?
We expect Mr. Simpson to be processed and released.
Yes!
Fairly quickly. Because you all knew who his lawyer was.
This guy right here.
Is your client innocent or not guilty? I'm not sure there's a difference in the eyes of the law.
He's both, dude. He's innocent and not guilty. Thank you.
My only focus up till this point in time has been securing Mr. Simpson's release from
Nice
custody.
work, dude. Up high.
Thank you very much.
Yes, right here. Come on,
Thank
let
you.
me hang.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate that.
Thank
I
you,
really
buddy.
do.
Nice work.
You know, and that's been our focus. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Joe Pesci. No more questions.
Pardon the sideshow there. Yale Galanter.
Yale Galanter, O.J. Simpson's attorney, being welcomed into the world of O.J. Simpson and the criminal law by a man wearing an I Love Famous People hat.
You saw this cast of characters there. Baseball cap, I Love Famous People.
Note the man with the OJ and 07 t-shirt. He made himself part of the Simpson defense team.
Our favorite part, I think we can agree, of the OJ circus yesterday.
It's getting me through it.
Mika's man, Jake Byrd.
Man.
He was repeatedly interrupted by Jake Byrd wearing an OJ t-shirt.
Our #1 story in the countdown, he's the guy on the right. The one wearing the OJ 07 t-shirt with the hat that reads, I heart famous people.
It was hard to take your eyes off one of the people in the crowd. Fox's Lori Dew has more, and the man who's been getting way more than his 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, John, much of America has been watching these 15 minutes, and I, for one, hope that these 15 minutes are up.
So-called celebrity avenger even showed up, Jake Byrd.
I support the famous because they don't have a voice to speak out for themselves. I came out here to let OJ know that all of America supports him 1,000%.
The big loser of the day? The ultimate fool, Jake Byrd.
I missed the thing. Am I the winner or the loser?
You were the big loser. But you're a winner.
That good? I'm a little concerned that you think this whole thing is a joke, Dan Abrams. If this was an OJ joke, I'd say, what's OJ's favorite soda? Slice. But it's not a joke, okay? Not a joke.
We appreciate you taking the time to come on the program today.
Can I just tell you something? Can I tell you something?
I gotta wrap it,
This is an
Jake.
opportunity for white people to jump on the not guilty bandwagon.
Go. See ya.
Come on, white people.
We've got video now of OJ walking out. Here it is, OJ back in his suit, walking out.
There he is. Touchdown, Simpson! The juice is free! The juice is free! 2 for 2! See OJ? And he drives American.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Jake!
You know what? I'll tell you something. He might not have been the greatest husband in the world, but he was my buddy.
I'm so sorry, Jake, but thank you for being here.
Rest in Jews! Rest in Jews!
Jake Byrd, everybody.
Put on